guys, and welcome again to this edition of Learning with Rich. In this topic, let's continue our discussion about the Revit Architecture Certified Professional Examination. So, after learning how to create topo surface, creating building pad, lane, using subregion, and creating graded fill region. So, we are now going to move to the next topic in the examination, which is massing. Okay, so in this topic, I'm going to teach you how to add massing shapes to a project. Okay, so again, this is one of the questions that being asked in the examination. So hopefully you learn something from this video. Okay, so let's get started. So this is just the basic of creation mass in Revit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open here the level 1. So this is where I want to create my mass. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to create an overall massing shape. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to select here massing inside, and then I'm going to create here in place mass. Okay. So we're going to create an in place mass. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And Revit has enabled the show mass mode. So the newly created mass will be visible. Okay. So no problem because after you create the mask, you'll be able to see it if show mask mode is turned on. So it's okay. So automatically Revit will turn it on for you. So you just close this one, or you can check this first and then just close it. Okay. Then you just need to name it. So let's say I'm going to call this building. Okay. And then just select here okay. So you can use any template that you want for this exercise, and then you can create levels. Okay, so in this exercise, I created 11 levels. So it's up to you how many levels you want to create for this exercise. And then right after you select OK to create your mass, you will notice your environment here changes, right? So this is your massing tools environment. So no more architecture, no more structure, no more system. So you are now on the environment wherein you can see the tools to create mass. Okay. So to get started, I'm just going to create a rectangular shape mass. So I'm going to select a rectangle, and then I'm just going to create from here to here. Okay. And then I'm just going to select here modify. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to specify the dimension. So let's say this is 15,000 by 15,000. Or let's say, yeah, probably 15,000. So 15,000 by 15,000. So I click this also, 15,000. Right. Okay, and then after that, I just click outside. Now, the next thing that you need to do is you need to specify here the thickness of your model. Okay, so for you to be able to do that, you just need to select, and then after that you go to your form. So we will be creating here a solid form. So you just click solid form, just click that one, and you just created a solid form mass. Okay, so let me just drag this. Oh, sorry. So let me just move this somewhere here. Okay, so if I go to the 3D view, so uh, it now has depth. Okay, so I want to change the depth here. So let's say I'm going to open my elevation, south elevation, and then I'm going to make the height of this until level 11. So going back to my 3D view, I'm going to select the top portion, this one, the top portion, just pick that. It will highlight the top portion. If you're having a difficulty selecting the top portion, so all you have to do is to go to your select drop down and then make sure select elements by face is checked. Okay, make sure that one is checked so that when you move your pointer to the top portion, it will highlight just like this one. So once it highlights, I'm going to select that. There you go. And then while you selected the top portion, you just need to go to your south elevation, and you will notice it's still selected. So all I have to do is I'm going to hover my pointer to the blue gizmo, and then I'm going to hold my left click and then drag it all the way to level 11 so that the height will be 30,000. So in 3D view, it looks like this. Okay, don't select finish mask. Okay, so we are not yet done. So just in case you select finish, no problem. So all you have to do is to select again your mask and then select edit in place, right? Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is I'm going to create an extruded void. Okay, I'm going to create an extruded void to my model. So I'm going to create a void, okay, to my model there. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to open my south elevation. I want to do it on the south elevation. So I want to create an opening here, say for example, and then after that, I'm going to create now my void. So to do that, I'm going to create a line here, line, and then I'm going to make sure pick a plane is selected, and then I select here OK. The reason why we need to select pick a plane because our current plane is not placed on this face. Okay, so probably it's placed at the bottom here. So we want to place our work plane to this place so that we can draw our profile for the void. So I'm going to select, just make sure this face is highlighted. Just pick. Okay, now that the work plane is here, so you are now ready to create your void. So let's say I'm going to pick here. So I'm going to create it until level 4. Okay, and then I'm going to use the offset tool, peak lines tool, with an offset distance of 3000. So I'm going to offset this to the right and to the left. And then I select here modify. Then I want to create here arc. So I'm going to select arc here, start and radius. So start and radius. There you go. And then modify again. So basically, I'm just creating here an opening for a door, for example. So I'm going to create a line here to close it. 1, 2, and then modify. Then after that, I just need to delete this one. I don't need this anymore. Okay, so in 3D view, it looks like this. There you go. See? Our work plane was placed to this face. That's why we are able to create this profile to this face. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to create my void. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select this one, and then from the create form, I'm going to select here void form. Just click that one. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that green gizmo all the way to the face here at the back. Okay, so I'm going to hold my left click and then drag it until it aligns at the back portion. There you go. And then you just need to select here modify. So that's how you create a void. See? Okay, for our conceptual design. So that's how you create a void. Void extrusion. So the next part of the exercise, I'm going to teach you how to use or how to create void sweep. Okay? We just created a void extrusion. Next, we are going to create void sweep. So I'm going to open, let's say, the top portion, level 11, and then I'm going to create now my void sweep. So based on my previous video, I already teach you there what is the sweep. Okay, if you create a sweep, so you will be creating a path and then profile. That's why we're going to create a path and profile in this part of the exercise. Okay, so to do that, so let me just create first my line here that will serve as my path. So I'm going to select this. Okay, so I'm going to pick here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I select here modify. So this will be the path. Okay, so I want to use this as my path. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open my west elevation. This time I'm going to draw my profile because like what I've said, if you are going to create a sweep, you need to create path and profile. So I'm going to open my west to create my path. I mean the profile. Okay. So to start with, so I'm going to select again the line tool and then make sure peak line again is selected. So we want to place the work plane to this place so that we can draw our profile. So pick a plane, I'll just select OK, and then make sure your pointer highlighting this space. So once you see it's highlighted, just like mine, it's color green. So I'm going to pick now. All right, so the work plane is now here. So I am now ready to create the profile. So I'm going to select this. So I'm going to pick here. I'm just going to, all right, so just make sure chain here is checked. So I'm going to pick here, 1, 2, okay, and I'm going to create another one here, 4,500, let's say, okay, and then I'm going to pick here, okay, and then I select your modify. All right, so this is now my profile. So if I go to the 3D view, so I just created now my profile and then the path. So this is the path here, and then this is the profile. So to create now my void sweep, you just need to select your path, hold control, and then select your profile. Okay, you can select first the path and then the profile, or the profile and then the path. Okay, so it's up to you. So after you select the path and profile, the next thing is you need to go to create form and then just select again void form. Okay, so void form, just click that. There you go. Right? Okay, so this is now how it looks like. So that's how you create your void sweep. Now, let me create another mask. Let's say I want to create another mask at the top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another mask. So let's say I want to create to this space here. What's that? This is west. This space here is west. So I'm going to open west. Okay, so I'm going to create my profile here. So probably I'll just use start and reduce. I'm just going to create extrude. Okay, extrusion. There you go. And then I create line here. There you go. And then modify. So in 3D view, it looks like this. So this is my profile. So I want to extrude this all the way here. So again, same procedure. You just need to select your profile and then select create form. This time I'm going to select solid form. Okay, solid form. There you go. And then since I want it to be here, so I'm going to drag my red gizmo all the way to that end part. There you go. Okay, so basically I'm just adding some mask to my model. Okay, right, next. So I'm going to show you this time how to create a mask revolve. So I already show you how to create extrusion, void extrusion, void sweep. So this time I'm going to show you how to create a mass revolve. Okay? Right. Okay, so to do that, so I'm going to, again, we need to place our work plane here. So this is where we are going to draw our profile. Okay? So to do that, I can go to create. I can set the work plane, set, and then we just need to pick this space here. So make sure this space is highlighted. So you just pick that. There you go. So your work plane is now placed here. So if you select your show, you will see that the work plane is there, right? This is the work plane. So let me just turn it off. So I'm going to open now my elevation here. So that is east, okay? So this one is east elevation. You just need to look there. So that is letter E. So I'm going to open here east elevation. There you go. So we are now on the east elevation. Okay, then after that, I'm going to create again the profile. I select this one. Okay, so I'm going to pick here. One. I'm going to pick here two. And then let's say the distance is 2,400. Then I'm going to pick here. And then I'm going to pick here. Seems there's a problem. Let me check the 3D view. Oh, okay. So there's the problem. Our work plane is not placed properly to this space. That's why it's somewhere here. Okay, so I'm just going to select this. And I'm going to... Let me just delete this one. So let me just go back again to my east elevation. Okay, and then I'm going to select the line here. I'm going to select set work plane, pick a plane, okay, and then I pick this face here. There you go. So the work plane is now there. So I'm going to pick again. One, two. Okay, this one is 2,400. Enter, and then I pick here, and then I pick here. There you go. So that's our profile. Okay, let me check. Okay, so that's correct. So in Revolve, the idea in revolving, you need to have an axis and then profile. So I just created my profile. So the next thing that I need to do is to create my axis, okay? Axis of revolution. So going back to the east elevation, so I'm going to create line here, and then I'm just going to create a short line that will serve as my axis of revolution. There you go, okay? So I have here the profile, and then the axis of revolution, this one. So I'm going to select both. I select this one, hold control, and then you can select the axis. There you go. And then same procedure, you go to form, create form, and then solid form. There you go. Okay, right. But I do not want this portion here. I only want half. Okay, I only want this portion. So that's why what I'm going to do is from the properties, I'm going to select the revolve. So I'm going to change this to, let's say 180 start angle. There you go. Okay. So this is now another additional mass to my model. Okay. So basically, that's how you create your revolve. Okay. Mass revolve. So we just learned how to create extrusion, mass revolve, void sweep, and void extrusion. I mean, mass sweep and then void extrusion. Okay. Now let us try to add some more mass to our model. So this time I'm going to show you how to use swept blend. Swept blend is actually a combination of sweep and blend. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to open my level 1. This is the last part of the exercise. So I'm going to open level 1. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to create the path because this is swept blend. It includes sweep. So we need to specify the path, right? Because in sweep, you need to specify the profile and then the path. Okay, so I'm going to create first the path. So I'm going to select this one, arc again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's say this is now the path. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to open my elevation here. So what's this? This is west elevation. You see west, north, east, south. Okay, so I'm going to create my two profile on my west elevation. So going back to the east, I mean west. So from here, okay, so I'm going to create my two profile. So any shape will do. Okay, so I'm going to select line here. So let's say I'm going to select, oh, okay, so line, just make sure the work plane is set to this face. Okay, make sure it's set to this face. So pick. All right, so now that the work plane is here, so we are now ready to create our profile. One, so let's say here, Okay, any shape that you want will do. Right, so this is my first profile because in blend, in swept blend, so you need to create two profile. So let's say from one, two, let's say here, three, four, and then make sure it's close, right? And then modify, okay? So in 3D view, this is how it looks like. So we now have our path here, and we have two profile, okay? So let's now create our swept blend. So again, same procedure. You need to select all the profile, hold control, as well as your path. Okay? And then you go to the create form, this time solid form. Click. Yay! There you go. So basically, that's how you create mass, conceptual mass in Revit. Okay. Okay? Because during the first phase of the construction, you don't need to create exactly the model. So you just need to create some conceptual massing. So you can actually do that in Revit. And this is how you do it. Okay. So on our next exercise, what I'm going to teach you there is I'm going to teach you how to convert massing shapes to building components. Okay, so in this exercise, I just show you how to create mass in Revit. So in our next exercise, we're going to learn how to convert massing shapes to building components. Okay, so don't forget to like, share my video to your friends. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you want to learn Revit, you want to have one-on-one teaching, this is especially for those who are just starting to use Revit. So you can just message me and I'm going to teach you. Okay? You just need to pay, of course. Right. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a nice day.